Lil Nas X is an artist. As a chart topper and consistent earworm creator, he's reached some of the highest highs and lowest lows the entertainment industry has to offer very early on. He's been so successful he's reached an important milestone in his career already: accusations of Satanism. Anyway, how has Satanic Panic come to be? The Satanic Panic is a colloquial term for satanic ritual abuse, a moral panic stemming from the fear of Satanists, Satanism, and the occult. Modern-day versions of it emerged in the 80s with the publishing of a book called Michelle Remembers, and conspiracy and intrigue around it have persisted to this day, most notably towards the entertainment industry and other public figures like politicians. Some recognisable examples of victims of this panic through history include games such as Dungeons & Dragons, Doom, and musicians like the band Kiss, the entire metal genre, the singer Madonna, and most recently, Lil Nas X.
Words have two meanings.
Right. Perhaps most confusingly though was the Led Zeppelin song Stairway to Heaven.
Y'all hear that? All right, we'll go on. You'll hear, "Here's to my sweet Satan." You'll hear some words, which I could take time to tell you what they are, but I won't. And then you'll hear, "There's power in Satan." And let's just go on. Here's to my sweet Satan.
There's power in Satan.
One more time.
This was broadcasted all over the US. A group of TV evangelists back in the 80s backtracking Stairway to Heaven to prove the existence of satanic influence on the track.
All right,
let's go on.
It just goes to show how far these conspiracy theories can travel when they're broadcast from the right places.
Words have two meanings.
Right.
But what is a moral panic, and how does it relate to Satanism? Well, a moral panic is a term introduced by Stanley Cohen to describe a society's reaction to anything that may threaten its ideology. Cohen defines 5 key stages to identify a moral panic. Those include: Step 1. An event, condition, episode, or someone is identified as a threat to the interests of society, in this case Montero. Step 2. The media then amplifies these apparent threats through inflammatory rhetoric, creating folk devils. Step 3. The publicity surrounding the threat creates a sense of social anxiety, leading to a public outpouring of concern. Step 4. Government responds to the public outcry and frames the alleged threat as being symptomatic of social and moral rot. Step 5. The moral panic and the responses to it transform the regulation of economy and society with the aim of tempering public outrage. Oh my god, they're all in on it. Someone hit the panic button, it's the devil's work, it's all the devil's work! So how'd we get here? In autumn 2021, Lil Nas X had a very naughty idea. He released a music video for the song Montero. The video heavily featured many biblical themes and references, including the Garden of Eden, the Ascension to Heaven, and the Descent to Hell, the last of which featured a stripper pole and produced probably the most memorable scene in recent music video history: Lil Nas X giving Satan a lap dance. Saucy.
But you also get lost in the sauce.
The video became wildly popular within minutes, as fans were drawn to the vivid imagery, and Montero spawned thousands upon thousands of fan edits, artworks, TikToks, and YouTube videos about it within the hour.
I got hit by a car, but that's not what killed me. The bus came. What's that?
In the last days. We gonna get to this. My car.
What the hell?
Black folks eat this up.
Not to mention masterpieces in cinematography like this one. To capitalize on the viral success of his video, and keeping in theme with it, Nas released a limited-time Satan shoe to accompany the release. It featured imagery of a pentagram, biblical verses, and contained a drop of human blood in the soul. Only 666 pairs were ever made and fetched a devilish $1,000 a pair.
Words have two meanings.
Right.
Naturally, all of this didn't go down too well. An overnight folk devil. Within 2 days of the video and shoes dropping, American Governor Kristi Noem publicly denounced Lil Nas X on Twitter, citing Bible verses and declaring Montero indicative of a supposed fight for the soul of the nation. Outrage and panic spread over the internet pretty quickly. The Christian right took to Twitter in hordes, some airing valid concerns and issues with Lil Nas X's handling of the situation. Others just went in guns blazing, so to speak.
Always remember that this is how Hollywood slowly sneaks in certain things without you even realizing it, and they subconsciously program your mind.
It's as mature as you could get in a music video format and not get kicked off YouTube. And it's getting sent out and pushed to all those subscribers of his on YouTube, many of which are children. So I called him out and said, this is the degradation of our society. This is why our culture is rotting at the core.
But in the distance right here is evil, all right? These are the horns of, if you forgot, the Baphomet, all right, guys? This is the Baphomet. This is what it looks like. This is the god that Hollywood and all the elites worship. I can't go into too much detail or this channel could get shut down.
You know, we have to say no to this pro-sex work agenda, this pro-sexualization of kids agenda that's coming from the Democrats. It is inappropriate, and it is something that we need to stand firmly against.
Am I so out of touch? No, it's the Satanists who are wrong.
The common theme was their goal, censorship, which has been a staple of Christian right-led moral panics for decades. Similar things have happened in the past, most obviously with the movie and book series Harry Potter. Concerned parents took the banhammer to this series, preventing their kids from consuming it in an effort to prevent them from learning about witchcraft and other immoral things. Much in the same way concerned people are trying to ban Montero, so as to avoid their kids learning about homosexuality and the occult.
Just a reminder, this station does not endorse vigilante justice, unless it gets results, which it will.
You didn't listen to me after I warned you.
Don't worry, nobody watches this stupid show. What's that ominous glow in the distance?
The panic was perpetuated and greatly inflated by the press, social media, and especially influencers, usually conservatives acting as, in Cohen's terms, moral guardians, seeking to demonize Lil Nas X, as if he hadn't already done a good enough job at that. And why? Money. Cohen states in his book Moral Panics, The Social Construction of Deviance, that media exaggeration occurs when certain segments of society perceive a threat or crisis to their interests, such as a certain satanic music video. If they can blame a folk devil for it all as well, it's doubly newsworthy and susceptible to press exaggeration. All of the panic drives interest, which drives sales, making events like Moral Panics very profitable for press to keep going.
This time I've gone too far. No one will fall for
Cheap panic. Ooh, this one's open.
So, now what? Well, historically, after a heightened time of Satanic Panic, sweeping reforms and censors have been placed on exactly 0 cases. Realistically, nothing of values ever resulted from panics like these. In Soulier's academic piece Much Ado About Harry Potter, she criticises moral panics as reactions out of proportion to the perceived threat and relatively short-lived. She basically suggests that panics over Satanism and such in the media are usually overplayed and get tired easily, without any significant reform, which can be seen in the cases of Montero and Harry Potter.
Now you listen here. He's not
A Satanist.
He's a very naughty boy. Now go away.
An award-winning academic writer.
So what can we learn from this episode? Moral panics are dumb, especially this one. Most moral panics through the years have achieved nothing. Demonizing people for expressing themselves is an age-old practice that over the years has achieved nothing except a parental advisory sticker. It's unjustified. Don't take it seriously.